Next day, we finished setting up and began relaxing in the pool to prepare for the busy days ahead. My ear was still feeling funky, but I thought it was no big deal and would heal up with my trusty ear drops. I was happy. I was content. And the universe laughed. I went to bed blissfully ignorant of the horrors that lay ahead. In the middle of the night, I was stabbed awake by a horrible pain that felt like this. Can you stop? In summary, it hurt. A lot. But I was still in denial. It was just a tiny ear infection. I wrestled with the pain for what felt like an eternity, trying desperately in vain to fall back asleep. Eventually, I just started silently weeping. And then, out of frustration, I punched my mattress, which woke up Brenner, who was sleeping on the top bunk. That's a testament to how much pain I was in, since Brenner sleeps so heavily he could nap through an earthquake. That's not hyperbole. He slept through a real earthquake once. What's wrong, man? My ear hurts. Why didn't you wake anyone up to help you? I didn't want to be a burden. Planning your funeral would be a burden. You're going to the hospital. I then met with an endocrinologist and determined that I was healthy, just a late bloomer. He told me that I could choose to do the treatment or not, and I decided against it. I'm the type of guy to kind of just let things play out. I've never dyed my hair or gotten a tattoo or a piercing. I knew that this kind of intervention didn't feel like me and that I was more of a default settings type of guy. So, despite people's comments, I did what I felt was right for me. Hey, Bryson's just a bum. Bryson's this, Bryson's that, Bryson's this. Bryson's me, bro. Let me be me. When is that gonna start? Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. With open arms and open eyes, yeah. And looking back, it was arguably the more manly thing to do. I was my own man who did what I thought was right, regardless of people disagreeing with me.
Bryson, just because they're called parachute pants doesn't mean they work like a parachute! Don't jump!
You can't tell me what to do. I'm my own man.
Oh.
Alright, tomorrow's the big day. Gonna meet my fans. Gotta rest up and be ready to do the best meet and greets ever. Surely nothing bad will happen to me before then. Hi, I'm Bryson, and this story revolves around my ears. And if you take a look at the Bryson character sheet, you'll notice that while the young versions of me have ears, the current version doesn't, because I don't listen. But for the purposes of this video, whenever we're talking about my ears, I'm just gonna do that. As I was preparing for VidCon, my ear started to hurt a bit. I had a feeling it was an ear infection, so I took some medication and hoped it would clear up before the con. My family and I flew out, started setting up the booth, and then ate dim sum together. The next day, we finished setting up and began relaxing in the pool to prepare for the busy days ahead. My ear was still feeling funky, but I thought it was no big deal and would heal up with my trusty ear drops. I was happy. I was content. And the universe laughed. I went to bed blissfully ignorant of the horrors that lay ahead. However, a hobby that has stuck with him through the ages is remote-controlled cars, trains, boats, and planes. This leads into another instance of his poor knowledge application, that being using said RC vehicles around the family dogs. You would think that after seeing this happen that he'd, I don't know, put the dogs inside or fly his RC toys somewhere else, but nope. The same story has happened on pretty much every family camping trip. No! Stupid dogs! No! Stupid dogs! No! Stupid dogs! Yeah. They're the stupid ones. But the sad thing is, if the dogs don't destroy the RC planes, Dad definitely will. I can't count how many RC planes he's crashed. It's not even a question of if he will crash them anymore, it's when. On our most recent trip, Dad bought a big fancy plane that could take off and land in the water. He gathered us all together to watch its maiden voyage, and we all just watched sadly, anticipating the inevitable.
No! Stupid plane!
Somewhere along the way of all Dad's projects, he slipped a disc in his back and had to walk crooked for several months while waiting for surgery. It was the only way to walk without horrendous pain. And it was genuinely hard for me to fight this intrusive thought. There! Fixed. But in classic Dad fashion, he decided to live in denial about it. We were visiting my uncle, and he invited us to go BMX riding on a course near their house.
Sure, that sounds fun.
Are you sure? Isn't your back in bad shape?
Nah, I got this. This was a good idea!
Although, seeing my dad's back problems was a serious wake-up call for me. I'm not gonna let life ruin my back. I'll do it myself. Made my first few videos, and people were very nice, until they learned my age. And then it happened. My first hate comment. This guy is definitely lying about being 16. He sounds 12. I kept getting comments like that until finally I responded with, I don't care if you believe me or not. I'm 16. Stop being rude. And in that moment, I had a breakthrough. Wait a minute. If I truly didn't care, I wouldn't have felt the need to stoop to their level and respond. Maybe, instead of projecting my issues in a futile online argument, I should be the best person I can be and only focus on what I can control. I can't please everyone, and no matter what I do, some people will disagree with me. And that's okay. A breakthrough that many people online still haven't discovered yet. Oh my God! I was so exhausted and in pain, all I could think about was sleep. I didn't know if I'd be able to do VidCon. We went back to the Airbnb and I slept while my family ran the booth. Everyone was asking them about me. When will Bryson be here?
We don't know. He's feeling sick.
Don't tell them that. They'll think that he's contagious. He's not sick. His eardrum exploded and he's in terrible pain. So we don't know if he's gonna...
I'm never one to disappoint, and fortunately, despite my lack of sleep, my medication was working. They got me on that good stuff. And I had an earplug in to protect my ear from excess noise. And I did the meet and greet, looking totally normal for sure. Luckily, that was my least busy day.
The worst was yet to come.
Nice to meet you. Huh? I love your videos. What? You're so funny. Say what? Sorry, I can't hear you very well. I can't count how many RC planes he's crashed. It's not even a question of if he will crash them anymore. It's when. On our most recent trip, Dad bought a big fancy plane that could take off and land in the water. He gathered us all together to watch its maiden voyage, and we all just watched sadly, anticipating the inevitable.
No! Stupid plane!
The funniest part to me is that Dad has often expressed his interest in getting his pilot's license and flying real planes. Like, dude, no one in this family is ever gonna get in a plane with you behind the wheel. You failed the simulations. What makes you think you'll succeed with the real deal? Then, of course, as Dad was trying to fix the plane, the propeller started going and Bo grabbed the plane and destroyed it. I would have thought that someone who's so good at math would stop putting RC toys and dogs in the same equation by now. This one that I had was me and my family were all on a big vacation and we were getting our pictures taken. And so the photographer is taking pictures of us, you know, moving us around and be like, oh, you go here, you go here. When he's talking to me, he's like, oh, like, you stand over there. I'm like, okay. He's like, oh, okay, yeah, could you do it slower, please? What, are you the mental run to the litter or something? Stupid over here. Oh, I should have known, you're blonde. Like, he's just being so rude.
Holy.
I'm like, what? And he's like, okay, like, did you hear me? Like, I'm talking, like, oh my gosh, like, can you lock in? I'm finally like, you are not gonna talk to me like that. Like, this is so rude. And then my family goes, Bryson, shut up. You always do this. You ruin everything. Can you just listen for once? I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, everyone is turning on me.
I don't know if that was a dream, dude. I don't know if that was a dream.
It's so rude. Like,
calling you a dumb blonde in front of your blonde family is pretty bold, too.
And then,
I gotta give
and then
him
they
that.
backed him up. I'm like, what? Like, that applies to you. That applies to all of us. Brenner woke up my parents, and they took me to the ER. The doctor looked in my ear and said,
Yep, your eardrum's ruptured.
I was shocked. I always assumed that if your eardrum ruptured, that you would go deaf in that ear. Like in the movies when a gunshot goes off. But since I could still hear, I just assumed it couldn't be that. And I had no idea what had caused it. Apparently, eardrums can rupture spontaneously, which is awesome sauce. It's also possible that I had an ear infection, which weakened the eardrum and caused it to rupture. And going swimming the day before certainly didn't help anything. Then the doctor let Brenner, Mom, and Dad look in my ear, and they all winced. Brenner said it looked like a gaping hole in my head, like the eardrum was just gone. The doctor gave me medication and told me to set up an appointment with an ear, nose, throat specialist when I went home. Ruptured eardrum? I hope it's not irreplaceable. It wasn't long before I did start growing. A few years later, I met up with one of my friends who I hadn't seen in a long time, and he was shocked that my plateau at 5'2" was finally over and I had shot past it to around 5'8". We hung out and ate dinner, and he said, so like, what did they do to you to make you grow? Nothing. We just waited. Did you think they put me in the Captain America super soldier device? Yes. I went through middle school and started high school without growing at all. I guess I'm just not like other boys. Most people just don't get me. But with you, it's just simple. I'm glad we're friends. Sorry, who are you? The doctor said it's because of my genes, but I don't know what my pants have to do with any of this. So today, we're gonna delve more into what it was like growing up as such a late bloomer.
It looks like you also have explosionitis.
What?